Got him, big fish.
You like apples? How you like them apples?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some redfish?
I'm a Louisiana redfish right there.
Woo! 4 more to go with this one, fellas. We'll make it a competition.
We're gonna read your scales and lock you in at $26.97. That's your winner.
The border town of Port Arthur, Texas, on Sabine Lake brings together a unique mix of freshwater, saltwater, or combination fishing on either the lake, river, marsh, or in the Gulf of Mexico.
Big dog. Come here, Big Daddy.
And this week, it's the second stop on the Elite Redfish Tour, hosting a field of the best redfish anglers in the country, all vying for a big payday and the title of Elite Redfish Champion. Fishing has been a mixed bag for the first 2 days of the 3-day competition, with day 1 slugfest seeing the top 4 anglers all bringing in over 20 pounds each. Seguin, Texas angler Travis Land weighed in a 24-pound bag of Texas redfish, and LMC pro David Christian
27.05
brought in a huge 27-pound bag to take the lead on the first day. Day 2, however, was filled with rain and wind, and big shakeups on the leaderboard. Local pro Jimmy Lloyd, still on the hunt for an elite redfish win, vaulted up from 4th to take over the lead, pushing David Christian, who only managed 2 fish on day 2, down a notch to 2nd place. Travis Land also struggled on day 2, only bringing 1 fish to the scale. Although it weighed nearly 9 pounds, he dropped to 4th place. Jeff Steckler improved on the single fish he brought in on day 1 with 3 fish weighing nearly 24 pounds, including 1 weighing over 10 pounds.
10.84 pounds.
He nudged Steve Smith out of 5th place by 7/100ths of a pound. Rounding out the top 5, and the only Louisiana angler this week, Kevin Bouchard, holds on to 3rd place. The weather on day 3 looked more promising as the top 5 anglers prepared for their day on the water.
This morning, I'll most likely start out throwing a cork with a gulp on a Rockport Rattler jig head, either 1/8 or 1/4 ounce. And then as the sun comes up and it gets a little lighter and brighter, I should go to doing some sight fishing.
My focus is to try to jump from out of 5th and up to, 3rd or maybe even 2nd, and that's very possible. Fishing's been really tough, so anything can happen,
I feel like I can get it done fast where I'm going, and the quality's extremely good, so I'm gambling on that versus getting in, getting 1 or 2 fish and getting out.
The way this tournament's been going, the key's putting fish in the boat. We need to put at least 3 in here, get some weight started, get the edge knocked off, and then do what we do, go to work.
I'm sight fishing, I need sun. We're gonna just put our heads down, fish hard, and see where we end up. Oh, I got a fish. How did I miss him? You saw him easing off with it?
Skeeter, setting the standard in the Bay with unleashed reliability, power, ingenuity, and innovation. Skeeter bay boats have a distinctive V shape, but also drafts very shallow, so you can get to the fish. Engineered like no other, our SX Series bay boats provide a smooth and reliable ride. Awarded 16 consecutive NMMA CSI Customer Satisfaction Awards. Visit your local Skeeter dealer and see why we set the standard in comfort and style in the Bay.
At Yamaha, reliability is a family tradition. Meet the next generation. 4 new advanced technology-inspired inline 4-cylinder performers. Bred from the reliability and boater satisfaction that is part of Yamaha's DNA. They prove that when power gets lighter, faster, stronger, and smarter, boating gets even better. And more satisfying for boaters like you.
Port Arthur is a unique Texas experience. Syrio State Park is the place to get up close and personal with nature. From Rosetta Spoonbills to regrets, Port Arthur is a bird watcher's dream. The Museum of the Gulf Coast shows Jurassic to Joplin and Buccaneers to the Big Bopper. No trip to Port Arthur is complete without trying the Cajun cuisine and dancing to Zydeco music. But no matter what time of year you join us in Port Arthur, it will be laissez bon temps roulette. We let the good times roll.
Day 3 of the Elite Redfish Series in Port Arthur, Texas is underway. The top 5 anglers have spread out in their search for huge redfish, some seeking open water, some in protected marshes, all jealously guarding whatever secret strategy they hope will give them an edge in this fierce competition.
We're competing against the best anglers on the Gulf Coast, bar none, hands down, the best fishermen fish this tour right here.
The Elite Redfish Tournament Series is presented by Skeeter Performance Fishing Boats, Yamaha Outboards, McLean Custom Trailers, Frog Togs, keeping the world dry since 1996, and many other fine sponsors. Day 2 leader Jimmy Lloyd has wasted no time in getting to his first spot in the marsh out on Sabine Lake.
Can't see him in that dark water. We maybe have a keeper here, right? Like Steckler has. There's one.
And has already put a keeper redfish in the boat within minutes of arriving.
Number 1, baby. We're gonna try to get this deal done. This is kind of a 2 or 3 foot flat with some oyster shell out here, and there's a big marsh. And when the tide's dumping, all of the bait and all the shrimp, all the everything in that marsh has 2 holes that come out. This one and one over here. And these fish will pull up and just sit here in this little current and in these eddies and just feed on what's coming out of here. And you gotta catch it on an outgoing tide or it's no bueno. Fish on. I feel like a big one unless that current's pulling them to me. Keeper. Good night. There's better baits hung in the net. Did you see that? $22 and change. One more bite.
With 2 fish in the boat early, his day has started strong, giving him much needed confidence in his strategy. Back at the dock, however, Travis Land's day is off to a rough start as he's had to return to the launch ramp shortly after takeoff.
I had a little bit of an engine problem yesterday and worked on it last night. Thought we had it fixed. It's just an electrical issue, something with the fuel management on my motors. We're gonna have Steve Smith, who's gonna come bail me out today. I'm just gonna run his boat. Won't have a GPS on our boat, but we don't need one where we're going. We're not going far. We'll be all right. Sun's not even up yet. We're gonna catch some fish.
In a gracious display of great sportsmanship, angler Steve Smith, who just missed being in the top 5 himself, has offered to help out by lending his fully rigged boat so Travis can continue fishing.
What's a man to do except help a fellow fisherman? I got to thank Steve Smith. He offered last night if I had any issues, he'd bring me his boat, so I took him up on it. All right, let's try this again.
It's acts of brotherhood like this that separate these elite anglers from all others.
That's what this tour is all about. You know, we all help each other. We're all fierce competitors, but we don't want to see anybody lose due to mechanical failure. I'd have done the same for anybody in this tour. It's a pretty good group of guys.
I have a tremendous amount of confidence in either a popping cork or a rattling cork. Redfish are greedy, they're aggressive. They hear the noise, they think something ate. So I know the fish will come to it when they hear it. The only difference is it takes a lot of time to fish it because you gotta fish it slow. Oh, I got a fish. How did I miss it? You saw him easing off with it? Got him that time. Well, that'll be one in the box, I believe. Still ain't quite what I'm looking for, but hey, these 20 inches, that's a start and the pressure gets off. He's, look, he's 19 3/4. Nope. Well, I thought I had one. We'll have to try that again. Normally our fishery over here in the Sabine Estuary is on fire. Lots of redfish, lots of different patterns working. What happened was the water got real high, the winds came up, and a lot of the grass in these ponds got uprooted, and it dirtied the water, so it scattered your fish and made them a lot tougher to find. That big fish that we saw run in there, he squatted down, he disappeared. That's how they get big and smart, though. That's how they stay alive. No hooks in their mouth.
You think ours does that?
Auto stow and deploy, power trim, and your choice of iPilot or iPilot Link.
Hey.
Ulterra from Minn Kota. We can't believe it either.
We need to get one of those.
Skeeter, setting the standard in the Bay with unleashed reliability, power, ingenuity, and innovation. Skeeter bay boats have a distinctive V shape, but also drafts very shallow, so you can get to the fish. Engineered like no other, our SX Series bay boats provide a smooth and reliable ride. Awarded 16 consecutive NMMA CSI Customer Satisfaction Awards. Visit your local Skeeter dealer and see why we set the standard in comfort and style in the Bay.
Pros depend on hydraulic jack plates to get the best out of their boats. Do what they do. Demand Atlas performance. Atlas gets you from the bottom to the top in less than 8 seconds, even with the big 4-strokes. And when you gotta turn right around and get that heavy load back up in rough water, Atlas's innovative design and American-made components will get you there with confidence.
I'm at Depot. Just look for yourself. There's an Atlas jack plate on just about every professional's boat.
The Atlas hydraulic jack plate. You can depend on it.
Something a lot of people really don't think about when you start fishing, start major tournament fishing, is quality rain gear. I'm Andy Morgan, 2-time FLW Angler of the Year. If I'm dry, I'm warm. If you're wet, you're cold. Gives me the mental edge every single time. That's why we wear the Pilot Guide series of Frog Togs.
This week, the Elite Redfish Tour is in Port Arthur, Texas. Its unique location and aquatic accessible environment make it an amazing fishery, and so much more.
Port Arthur is a unique Texas experience. We have Cajuns rather than cowboys. We have gators rather than longhorns. This is where the Gulf of Mexico meets Texas meets Louisiana. We're only 90 short miles away from Houston, where we offer culture, adventure, just a little something extra we call lagniappe. Syrio State Park is a place to get up close and personal with nature, with acres of marshlands to explore by kayak. The park also offers miles of natural beaches and boardwalks so you can shell, cast a line from the shore and take in the birds. With our rivers, saltwater Sabine Lake, and easy access to the Gulf of Mexico, Port Arthur is a fishing paradise. Take a break from the water and get a sense of Southeast Texas heritage. The Museum of the Gulf Coast shows Jurassic to Joplin and Buccaneers to the Big Bopper. No trip to Port Arthur is complete without trying the Cajun cuisine and dancing to Zydeco music. No matter what time of year you join us in Port Arthur, it will be la bon temps roulé. We let the good times roll.
Day 3 is well underway, and the elite anglers are either dialing in their strategy or scrambling to create a new one.
If you slip up a little bit, you're out of it in this deal.
LMC pro David Christian took a big gamble this morning with a 2.5-hour run to a marsh area he has confidence in.
I'm fishing stuff that I've known or that I know has good fish. And instead of fishing them like I normally would sight fishing, I'm having to fish them out in deep water. So I tell you, it's a little more stressful. It's a lot more work.
There's one right there.
There's one.
A little over 7.5.
And while he did lose some valuable fishing time,
like I said, long ride, but worth it.
His decision looks like the right one, as he puts 2 fish in the boat within minutes of setting up.
Please let this one measure. A shade under 10. Maybe it's 10, I can't tell for sure. Right now she goes in. We'll make some decisions in a little bit.
3 fish, 3 alive, 23.55. That's going to put him in the top 5 right now. There you go, bro.
Texas pro Jeff Steckler's run up the leaderboard on day 2 showed how well he handles the pressure of tournament performance. And he hopes to keep up the momentum, knowing the ability to adjust to changing conditions can make or break his day.
You evolve as the day goes on. I mean, you cannot have one game plan. That's why I switched over to this, this jerk shad, because I've had a handful of them hit my little paddle tail and spit it out. There's one. Oh yeah, baby. That is right at 8, and see how long he is. Oh yeah, no problem. 26 1/4, 8-pounder. That is awesome.
As time winds down on the final hours of fishing, Jimmy Lloyd feels the pressure to upgrade on the weight he picked up this morning.
We need 1 big bite, and if we're fortunate enough to get 2, then it would just be icing on the cake.
But even more on his mind is the desire for victory at an event he has yet to win.
got more seconds and thirds than a first. I'm always right there, but haven't been able to close it. So it'd be pretty awesome, especially since I'm a local. There he is. Another good one. I think he's gonna be a little long, but can't really take a chance on that right now. Any problem with that? No pressure, no pressure.
At Yamaha, reliability is a family tradition. Meet the next generation. 4 new advanced technology-inspired inline 4-cylinder performers. Bred from the reliability and boater satisfaction that is part of Yamaha's DNA. They prove that when power gets lighter, faster, stronger, and smarter, boating gets even better. And more satisfying for boaters like you.
Skeeter, setting the standard in the Bay with unleashed reliability, power, ingenuity, and innovation. Skeeter Bay boats have a distinctive V shape, but also drafts very shallow, so you can get to the fish. Engineered like no other, our SX Series Bay boats provide a smooth and reliable ride. Awarded 16 consecutive NMMA CSI Customer Satisfaction Awards. Visit your local Skeeter dealer and see why we set the standard in comfort and style in the Bay.
Port Arthur is a unique Texas experience. Syrio State Park is the place to get up close and personal with nature. From Rosetta spoonbills to egrets, Port Arthur is a bird watcher's dream. The Museum of the Gulf Coast shows Jurassic to Joplin and Buccaneers to the Big Bopper. No trip to Port Arthur is complete without trying the Cajun cuisine and dancing to Zydeco music. But no matter what time of year you join us in Port Arthur, it will be la bon temps roulette. We let the good times roll.
It's a hot afternoon right here in Port Arthur, Texas. My name is Pat Malone, and this is the 2017 Skeeter Yamaha Elite Redfish Tournament Series. He was in 5th place yesterday, the last one to make the cut and get in the final 5. This is your Haney Boats and Waterloo Rods Pro, Mr. Jeff Steckler. He needs 1391 to take the lead and get in the Check It Stick Skeeter Boats hot seat. It's going to be close. It's going to be close to 27 pounds because he got 26.48. Your new leader. There you go, buddy. Get your seat over there in the Check It hot seat. You've been there before. He's coming off a 32.93 for 2 days of competition. Make some noise. He needs 24.54 for Mr. Travis Land. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, I mean, that's not what you wanted, but it could have been worse. You could have not been able to go at all, right? All right, show it to the folks. Here he goes, y'all. That's all he's got. Ladies and gentlemen, he had a tough day on the water and never got a fish on. These things are like your offices, and when somebody changes your office, nothing's quite where it is, and while you appreciate them loaning it to you, that's got to be a tough challenge.
I had my opportunities to catch some fish to put me in a good position. I just didn't capitalize. And you're right, it was uncomfortable, but there's nothing I couldn't overcome. I just had to keep my head down and keep fishing and keep grinding, and I did.
Coming up next, your Rockport Rattler Pro, Mr. Kevin Brouchard. There's one.
That's it.
You did not zero. Did you really zero? Oh, you fooled me good. Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, another zero. Oh my God, what a tough day. Do you ever think that Travis and Kevin come in here and zero?
No, absolutely not. I mean, when Travis talked about pre-fishing and having a good game plan, trust me, he did, because I saw him, and Kevin too.
Set back down that Skeeter Check It Stick hot seat one more time and get ready for the 2nd place angler. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your LMC Marine Pro, Mr. David Christian, as he comes up. Now make some noise. Let's go. He's got 2 today. And after day 1, David Christian had a 20-pound lead over Jeff. Let's get a good grip. We want to show the folks these beautiful Port Arthur, Texas redfish. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my. right, Jeff, he needs 1750. David, that means you need 1750. He's got 2 fish, and they are pigs. 2 fish, 2 alive, 1827. There's your new leader. Good gracious, son. Put your hands together, Mr. David Christian. Come on, y'all. David, go get over in the seat. Tell Jeff goodbye. Jeff, good job, buddy. We'll see you back up here. Ladies and gentlemen, your Simmons Custom Rigging Pro, coming from Lumberton, Texas, and he doesn't need but $13.35. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Jimmy Lloyd. It's kind of hard to come out here and catch 3 fish in these waters and not have 15, 16 pounds, ain't it?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him, and he's staying pretty tight-lipped, but I bet he's got 22, 23 at least. And looking at that tail, maybe more.
Look at this. That's a good fish right there, son. David, come join me back behind the stage. We're fixing to figure out who is going to be the champion this week. He's got some real good fish. Here we go, 3 fish, 3 alive. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. First win on the Elite Series, 21.93. That's your champion, Mr. Jimmy Lloyd. Look at these fish. Y'all put your hands together for your champion, Mr. Jimmy Lloyd. Wow.
It's a great feeling to finally win one. But I've never actually knocked one of the Elite one-man series tournaments out. Been close, got a couple top 5 finishes, and never could quite get it close, so it feels really good to finally get one close.
Please visit us at theredfishseries.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook.
Pros depend on hydraulic jack plates to get the best out of their boats. Do what they do. Demand Atlas performance. Atlas gets you from the bottom to the top in less than 8 seconds, even with the big 4-strokes. And when you gotta turn right around and get that heavy load back up in rough water, Atlas's innovative design and American-made components will get you there with confidence.
I'm at Depot. Just look for yourself. There's an Atlas jack plate on just about every professional's boat.
The Atlas hydraulic jack plate. You can depend on it.